Welcome to the open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective shows. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deeper. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone had a wonderful Friday. It is time for the weekend. Okay, make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Okay, we have some things to go over on this live, child. A lot took place since our live this morning. So there are some updates and things that I wanted to share with you all. So make sure you hit the like button. Let everyone know we are live. Let's see who we have here so far. Hey, my sis Shelly Shells is in the building. Welcome, sis, and thank you for being first in the building. She said, thanks everyone for joining, and please hit that like button. Okay, girl, we be up here grooving. Speaking of Shelly Shells, y'all, hey, we're going to go ahead and put it out there, maybe to keep her honest and do it, okay? But yesterday, during our evening live on yesterday, I believe we hit our goal. And so what we are going to do tomorrow, Saturday evening, we are going to have a music night, okay, where you just bring your drinks, your beverages, whatever you drink, okay, your snacks, and child, we cut up and just listen to some music and wind down. Okay, so we're going to do that tomorrow evening. So be on the lookout for the advertisement. I need to get a little thumbnail or flyer together. And so Shelly Shell is hosting that, but you will see it streaming to both of our channels. And she's coming out of retirement. Okay. I guess I'll call it retirement. But Shelly, go ahead also and drop your link in the chat so they can also subscribe to your channel. And we will have a great time on tomorrow because we've been covering, y'all, a lot of cases. And sometimes you just have to take a mental break, and that will give us a time to just step back, pause for a little bit, and just chill out, relax, listen to some old school music. Now, her music style is more like my husband's. I'm like a 90s, okay? I'm like a 90s feel. So you're going to get a variety of music tomorrow, okay? Hey, Mama's 80 is in the building. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Phenomenal Scorpio is in the building. Welcome, 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 everyone. And this is Shelly's channel in the chat for those of you who would like to subscribe. Click that link, okay? All right, y'all. So we are going to get into a couple of things. Now, there was a press conference today with the family, well, the parents of Nolan Wells, and they had Reverend Al Sharpton there. They also had Attorney Ben Crump there, and they did it there in Harlem, New York. Now, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but we do want to watch the parents' portion of that press conference. Also, y'all, there is a young lady that did, she was on a panel on TikTok. And also, shout out to Gentleman's Den that he had pulled it up. I hadn't seen this video, so I had to go and search for it because I'm like, wait a minute. I know I've been hearing y'all say certain stuff, and I'm like, where are they getting that from? You know? And so when I tapped in and I heard some of the video, I said, oh, that makes sense. So this young lady is very close to the situation and was filling in some gaps and really answering some of the questions that I know I had. So she is I hope they protect her at all costs, y'all, because she had some valuable information. And what's interesting, because we're going to listen to the parents portion first, is her interview or panel discussion was actually prior to the parents press conference. Okay, so some of the things that the parents said today confirm some of the things she said during her TikTok panel review. Let me see what day was this TikTok. Was Yeah, 1 day ago. Wow, y'all. So it wasn't like she heard what his parents said and wanted to copy it. Can y'all hear me? Because I feel like my bubble. Okay, I think it's moving now. I didn't know if it was going in and out. Are y'all able to hear me clearly? It's not like she copied anything or so forth. So we're going to listen to that. Hey, Tracy, welcome. Kara Michelle is in the building. Good evening. Welcome. Okay, let's see. She said, where is Al Sharpton been where has Al Sharpton been all of his time? Girl, I don't know. It's like he pops out some days. I'm like, where has he been? You know, because he's the last one, you know, I feel that was with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in that during that time frame. He's like one of the last ones, you know. I'm like, ooh, because Reverend Jesse Jackson just passed away. Hey, LaShondra, welcome. Hey, Angel. She said, I'm still not getting your notifications for live. I have the bell on and all. Tell me what I'm doing. You know what? Sometimes, Angel, some people have to unsubscribe and then subscribe back and click the bell again. That helps in certain cases. So I don't know, because some people have told me that. And so that's my suggestion. Sometimes it's just to hit it, unsubscribe, and then subscribe right back and hit the bell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Al popped on out. Okay, now when he can get a now when he can get a spotlight, child. Look, okay, as long as we can get some answers, I don't care if they bring out Batman. Okay, bring out Batman, Al Sharpton, Superman, bring out whoever you want. Okay, so we can get some answers about what happened to Nolan Wills. Okay. Hey Monica, let's see. LaShondra said, Katie said Nolan didn't stay with her. So that was a lie the friends made up. Ooh, girl. Obviously, y'all, we're going to see that these friends have made up a lot of stuff. And this is definitely giving cover up. Okay, it's definitely giving that. And I'm going to say this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Mama Magazine is in the building. Welcome, Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Charnisa, good evening. All right, y'all. So we're going to kick it off. Y'all, I just have to do this again before we get into it. I love this lady, and I don't know who she is, but this little video tickled me. But y'all, after hearing what we are going to hear on this live, and I've heard some of it this morning, she is speaking facts, okay? And I just want to play, I need to find out her name again. I just want to play her short video about the chain of events and her thoughts on what is taking place.
On yesterday because I just hate to see motherfuckers making videos about somebody else's trauma just to get a damn dollar.
Freezing
But
up. Is
I'm
it
just going to
freezing
go
up,
ahead and
y'all?
take it too far because that's where you always find the truth. I think that every phone of every fucking kid that was around him yesterday needs their phone taken and confiscated by a government department, okay? Not their parents. Number two.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me see what's going on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up one more time. Felt like it was freezing. She said, "Don't trust Katie already." Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too about Katie. We have not taken Katie off of the list. Sometimes the StreamYard does that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I found my way back. My apologies. Thank y'all for hanging in there. Oh my God. I apologize, y'all. It went out. I had to go out and come back in. So my apologies for that. Thank y'all for coming on in. Welcome everyone coming in. We had a few technical difficulties, but the Lord is good. I am back. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Let's go.
Situation, this little boy that got lost out at Horn Island yesterday, because I just hate to see motherfuckers making videos about somebody else's trauma. just to get a damn dollar. But I'm just going to go ahead and take it too far because that's where you always find the truth. I think that every phone of every fucking kid that was around him yesterday needs their phone taken and confiscated by a government department, okay? Not their parents. Number two, I want to know who the parents of these kids are. Are any of them lawyers? Just asking for a friend. Do any of them work for DMR? Do any of them work for the City of Ocean Springs, Education Department, City Department, any kind of governmenty positions on the children? Moving on. Obviously, who the fuck leaves their friend on a damn island? Some lady on the internet just said, the last time that he was seen, the friend said, "Hey, Nolan, get on the boat." Okay, and then what? What did Nolan say? What? No, I'm trying to get Katie's number. No, I left my koozie over here at this other boat. Hold on, let me go tell my homeboy over here we're leaving. What happened after that? Since we know they told him to get on the boat, what did he say when they told him? I think Katie's irrelevant. I don't think she has a leg in this race. I don't know none of these folks. But I just think poor little Katie really ain't got nothing to do with it unless, I mean, you know, unless they didn't want to see that cute little boy out there with that little girl. And there's some weird shit going on in the deep south of Mississippi. Anyway, moving on. I just don't understand it because the little boy Nolan does not seem like the kind of person that would have said, "No, I'm good. I'll just find a ride from an island with a stranger." The boy was in sports. He cared about his grades. He cared about his well-being. He always showed up to school on time and was an outstanding citizen. To be honest with you, I don't get that kind of energy that he was like, "Nah, I ain't getting on the boat. I ain't done yet." I'm not getting that energy. And again, I don't know this person, but I got some wild friends myself, okay? I almost had to drag my little friend Christy up out the damn hard rock pool last weekend because she wasn't ready to go. But guess what? We came together. It's time to go. You're leaving with me. Not everybody's like that, and that's fine. That's fine. But, the math ain't mathin'. And I think that the most important characters in the whole fucking plot are too quiet. I haven't even looked up the people involved. I'm just following posts that are being made in comments. But, man, this is the most murdering motherfucking story out of Mississippi I've ever heard.
Y'all, that gives me every time. And she is right, as we're going to see today. Okay. A lot of the things that that lady has stated, child, hey, we're starting to see that. Now, we're going to first start off with a little snippet of the actual press conference that they did in Harlem, New York on today. Okay. So let's get into it. Yes. And I see y'all comments because they are going to talk about some of the things that y'all are posting in the comments. We're going to definitely get into all of that.
I want is when we go to the media, identify yourself and your outlet so we know who is speaking. And let me say again that we're standing with this family
Hey,
till the
Barb.
very
Welcome,
end
everyone.
and make sure we're dealing with justice. Let's first hear from the mother, Christine Wansley.
First of all, I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. This is not how I wanted the world to meet my son, but here we are. So, as you know, I'm Christine Wells Wansley. I am Nolan Wells's mom. And Nolan is the kindest soul. He never met a stranger. He loved everybody. He didn't care if you were black, white, purple, green, looked like a marshmallow. Like, he just wanted everyone to be in peace with one another. He loved life, and God gave him this big heart, which always scared us. Me and his dad had conversations with him all the time, not just about the importance of understanding our history as Black people, but also the importance of how you have to move in certain spaces. And it's not us being, well, feeding into racism or the the stereotypes that comes with that. Unfortunately, that is just a matter of fact. There have been many cases, many instances that shows it's unfortunately a pattern that he did not like. He did not like that there was so much division, and I think that's why God gave him us. He was really a peacemaker. He wanted, like I said, everyone to be included. He never wanted to leave anyone out. He just, even at a young age, I don't know, he was, how old was he?
18.
No, not 18. When he was a baby, he did a little dance. So his father and I were having a moment, and as couples do, and even in that moment,
Y'all, I bet the dad was like, "Oh Lord, is she okay?" You don't know how old our son was, because I didn't know what she was talking about either. Like, how old was he? I'm like, "Oh my gosh, poor thing." But she was trying to go into a story, and he wasn't prepared for that. He wasn't prepared for it. So he like, huh? And she was like, no, like not now. Like when he was a baby. So she was trying to explain that she was trying to tell a story and so forth. So that tickled me. I said, he probably was like, wait a minute, you got to prepare me the next time, because I didn't know what you was talking about. What do we have coming down the chat? Shout out to Kara Michelle. She said, showing support. Keep up the great coverage. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate the support. Let's see. LaShandra said, I heard one of the friends was arguing with Nolan, telling him get off of their boat. So that's why I believe they pushed him off the boat. Okay. I love that story. It made me smile. It did too. Yes. Hey, Life is Nikisha. Welcome. We have missed you, sis.
he runs in the room with his diaper on, of course, and he starts dancing because it was like he could feel the tension. He could feel that something wasn't right. So he was just a special kid. Like he was a special kid, but again, just heart was so big. And we're gonna miss him dearly. But we are grateful, especially to our friend Tashima, who actually was one of the people who helped us that night. She went and picked up his cell phone from where it was, and then provided that to us, because we of course contacted authorities to figure out who to do the report with, whether it was the county or the city, which then turned into DMR, who I contacted immediately from there. But
Can you tell them how you got the cell phone?
so our friend actually, when I called her, Nolan is best friends with her two sons, Jalen and Javon. When I called her, I said, Tashima, have you seen Nolan? He's missing. No one has seen him. No one has talked to him. The boys were actually with her sons. So they opened up their Snapchat, because a lot of the kids do have their locations where they're tracking one another.
Okay, now y'all remember the young man that I had shared with you all? And I said that these were some friends, well, one of the boys on the right-hand side, the black boys, and one was on the right-hand side. That's one of the boys she's talking about. They did go there together. Okay, so I want y'all to keep that in mind. He was there. Nolan was not the only black boy there, because I think someone's going to bring that up on this panel we're going to watch from one of the friends that's aware of some things that have taken place, y'all. But yes, so that's his mother she's referring to. See, everybody needs a friend that's that, look, baby, they suit up and go. That friend is the one that actually went to get the phone. Okay, they didn't willingly or voluntarily turn over Nolan's phone. She went to get the phone. Okay, she's about to get into all of that.
So one of the boys says, well, it's showing that I can't exactly remember what his location was showing, but my Life 360 location was showing something completely different. It was actually showing that his phone was like he was on land. And so we ended up, she received the phone from that parent, and then we met up where his car was, which was at a separate location. There were issues obtaining the key, but even so, there was just a lot of.
Tell them about what happened with the keys.
So I'm gonna let my husband tell you about that because he actually went up to the door to get the key because at that point I was just not in my right mind.
Okay. And see, this is the thing, y'all, that came to me today. Now, Nolan spent the previous night, over to this person's house, okay, that he's about to talk about, on July 3rd. Now, they went to the island on July the 4th. Now, his car was parked at a certain location, at this location. And so they already had the phone part from one location, okay? They did not bank on the mom having Life 360. I feel, in my opinion, that they were playing games with the Snapchat location and throwing people off with that. Because some people were saying, was Nolan at home? Because she had to make posts on her Facebook saying, quit spreading false rumors. We have not found Nolan yet. Okay, but I was wondering, remember when this all came out, and I was asking y'all, like, how would they know his location? Like, how are friends knowing your location from your phone? She said it was through Snapchat, but I don't think they knew that mom also had Life 360. Okay, so they were able to then track the phone and see where the phone was pinging to. Now, something else I started thinking about, y'all. How much, if Nolan has spent a lot of time with these boys, has spent the night over there. Also, he had an event coming up this past Monday. He was supposed to go for tryouts. How much information about his life had he shared with those friends? Because someone put a comment under one of my posts today and was talking about jealousy and these boys with the sports and so forth, going on. And I said, I'm trying to make some connections. Even with that, how much did they know? Like she said, these boys have gone down to that island before, many times before. What was different this time, though? Why this time? So we always got to come back to that. If they've had history and nothing has gone wrong before, they didn't try to unalive him before, then what was different this time? So I'm just wondering, had he been sharing anything? Then the lady that I played earlier, was talking about the girl Katie. Did they not want him to be with Katie? Okay, was there some type of hidden jealousy and so forth with these guys? Like, what would be the reason? And then HGY, welcome. She said, I wonder if there's any history between the two mothers in high school. That's a good point, too. Had they gotten into it, as far as because of their kids? Did some arguments go on? Do they have some type of history? That's good, too. Monica said this is so crazy with the issue the state had to get their son's belongings. Exactly. And they should not have to do that when their son is the one that's missing at that time. Okay. They shouldn't have to go through all of this. They was trying to cover up their tracks. I believe that too. I don't trust Orange. Ty, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, in the back. I don't know who he is. Did they introduce him? Because I totally missed it anyways, because I was trying to get lunch when this had first started earlier. So I don't even know who he is. I'm going to zap myself again. Zap yourself, Sheila. Zap yourself. I'm getting ahead, but I love how Dad basically had to hold his composure when he showed up there and they were trying to play games with the phone and keys. Yes. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome, Stephanie, and everyone coming on in. Make sure y'all tap that like button.
This has just been an awful situation, just terrible.
Elmore Wansley, the father.
Okay, so the situation with the key. When we got to the house, a few of his friends, they were already there, and they were at the door in the house, asking questions. So when I walked up, they were getting, things were getting kind of tense. So I turned to them and told them, I need you guys to calm down. I don't do this to me right now. I need them to kind of trust me so they can give me something. So I was able to calm them down. So
Like, y'all heard that? Why did dad, his son is missing? He's trying to find out. First of all, let me talk to y'all's parents. I don't even want to talk to y'all. Okay? I need y'all parents to the door. Because, see, that's with some of these kids, I'm telling y'all, some of the parents scared of the kids. We've already seen that Carmelo's situation with Austin and Hunter. I think the parents are scared of the kids. Okay. So, for one, I'm not going to stand here and talk to no kids. I know y'all probably know, but I need y'all parents present as well. Because what you're not about to do is say, I told you something or did something to you. Why y'all coming with all the smoke, though? When I'm looking for my son, okay, his stuff is over here. We cannot find him. This dad should not even have to go there. And then I noticed he said, don't do this to me now. Has there been some tension before? Okay, he's having to calm them down. Why do I have to calm y'all down? What y'all about to do? Because, see, that's another indicator right there. Remember, even when Austin's friend said they could tell when Austin got triggered, there were certain things where were these boys coming like they wanted to fight him? Like, what was that about? Okay, I'm looking for my son. Y'all got his property over here. We've already found his phone. Y'all didn't voluntarily bring his phone. Now I'm trying to come get his keys and his car. And he was trying to get his wallet as well. And then someone even put in the chat earlier, and I have had that question. Where are the rest of Nolan's things? He didn't just go to the island without change of clothes and food and drinks and all of that, things to carry it in. Where are the rest of his property? So no one should have to come over here. But one, if the officers were doing their job, okay, then the parents wouldn't have had to do all of this. How about that? How about we go there? She said, I'm so stunned. Why wouldn't they tell his mom right away when they got back? Yeah, and then to keep his phone and his keys. Exactly. Oh, Shamika, no problem. Welcome, baby. YouTube be tripping sometimes. Yeah, he didn't share that. Why is no one being questioned by the police? Oh, well, they have questioned some of them, but the police has not shared the details yet with us. That's the issue. Yes. Notice mom doesn't acknowledge that judge as a school friend at all. Karen Michelle, I clocked that too, sis. I told y'all, you can't get nothing over us. Okay. See, she was trying to make it in her post like her and the mom, they were these friends. Child, every time they brought her up, she never said, yes, that's my friend and we went to school together. No, the judge was trying to make it look like that. Just because you graduate with someone does not mean that y'all were friends or that y'all were cool. That means that y'all came out of school at the same time. Okay, I may not have even known you. You may know of me. That doesn't mean you know me. Okay, come on now. Orange tie did not say anything. Okay. Hi, Carrot Plays. Welcome. Yes, right, Sheila. The parents should not have had to do this. I bet if it was the other way around, y'all know. Come on now. They would have had police escorts. Come on now. They would have been at the door knocking with that police knock. Why is it that this man had to risk his whole life, okay, with his boys or who he went over there with just to get his son's property who is missing? I'm not understanding that. Where are the police escorts? Someone, I would have called 911. Y'all gonna meet me at this address because I need my son's stuff. Okay, let's continue.
the guy, he's in one of the pictures, but he came out of the room half sleep or whatever, where I think Jax or whatever. And I said, look, I'm Nolan's father. I'm here to get his keys, so I can get his car. I said, he's like,
His car was in the yard.
his car's parked in the yard. So he was like, I don't know, man. Nolan's like my brother. I said, well, if Nolan was like your brother, would you please go in your room and see if you can find my son's keys so I can take his car home? He walks off, 2 or 3 minutes, come back. I can't find the keys. I said, okay. So at that point, I get the boys and I get to move them out the house because I didn't want them to go into the house and start tearing up these people's houses because then there would be a whole nother situation. So walk outside by the car. One of the guys that was in the house with us, he was on the phone with a girl, and the girl told him that Nolan's keys were on top of this Jack's guy's Xbox in the house because apparently.
Now, wait a second. He on the phone with the girl, and the girl is having to tell him that Nolan's keys is on top of an Xbox. Well, who are you, Harpo? Who is this girl on the phone? And why she know so much? Okay. How did Nolan's keys get on the Xbox? And then the other boy probably knew if you went in there 2 or 3 minutes, then you didn't have time to look for nothing. So now we're getting to somewhere. This dad is having to stand at the door. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. The girl is telling where the keys are. What in the world? I'm like, who is this girl?
Apparently she was there with them earlier. So he goes back up to the door by himself, and 5 minutes later, the keys come out. So now I feel like you done lied to me. So now I'm really like in distress with you. But as far as the night goes, if I knew anyone who had a boat, I would have went out that night looking for my son. We tried, but I don't have friends with boats. But if I knew someone with one, I would have went out that night. And this so happened that his coach saw all the stuff on Facebook that next morning and called and contacted me at like 5 a.m, asked me, did we want to go out? And I told him yes. So within an hour, he was at the dock. We met him and we went out. We docked the boat, got out the boat, walked on the island, walked a pretty nice stretch, came back, got back on the boat, went around the island, looked, came back around, and where we went to, that's where apparently they say that his body floated up. I don't know a lot about water currents over there, but I would think that we would have saw his body. And on the trip there was a family that stayed a night on the island, like actually tented out on the island. So if he was left, he would have saw that family on the island, and there was 2 other boats docked, so he would have had help. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, check that out, y'all. And shout out to Karen Rochelle again. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate the super chat. She said the girl was Katie OB, in my opinion, and allegedly. That's what I'm wondering, because remember, his mom said Katie had already talked to her about 11 something that night. So I'm wondering, was that Katie? Did they all plan on going to this island together? Has she been over there when he was spending the night? Y'all know how we call it, spend a night. When he was spending the night, well, was she over there? Like, did somebody take his car somewhere? Because you knew the specific place where those keys were located. I wonder at any point in time, was his car driven while they were allegedly when they were on the island, but when they allegedly left him there, did anybody ever take his car anywhere? That's something to think about. I never thought about that. So he's saying also, welcome everyone coming on in. Thank y'all so much. That there were some other people on that island that had stayed there. Now, remember when they found Nolan's body, it was in like kind of close proximity to where they were on July 4th. So I looked up currents and how the currents were that particular day. And it was more of a calm day on that day and on Sunday, where the waves and things were not just too wild. Now, also, it depends, and I'm not a meteorologist or a weather person, but it depends on the wind and the currents, because sometimes if something's in the water, it can float out some, but then it's like a steady move back to the shore. So it may not have just carried him all the way out. That's a possibility. Or if his body had already gone low underwater and the decomposition started coming, and you started getting that bloated feeling, and maybe by the time Monday morning came, he had kind of floated more to the top. That's a possibility. Or possibly his body was already gone and someone decided to bring his body back and put it there as well. There are many possibilities on how his body ended up there, but we still find it odd that this family had gone on the next day and did not see his body, and that there were other witnesses that had stayed on the island that didn't see him either. Okay, that's a bit odd. It really is a bit odd. She said, I'm sorry, but my phone and keys would stay with me. Exactly. So that's odd that they had his keys and his phone. That definitely means the girl is part of the plot, or is that mom on the phone instructing them what to release? That's a good possibility too, Angel. Okay, we don't know who the lady was on the phone. If that's the case, Katie may have more to do with this than we think if that was her, because why would she know where his keys were? That part. And see, the police need to ask that question. Who was that on the phone? Because see, now the dad, Nolan's dad, is putting this out, and his mother. They're putting certain things out. Now, I don't think they're showing all of their hand right now. I think they're putting enough out so that those other people will know, hey, we got eyes on y'all. Okay, y'all need to come on and come clean. They're not going to show all of their cards right now. Okay, and I love the fact that they have their own people going through the cell phone. They have their own people like mapping out everything with that phone. That's what Ben Crump said. He said after their people go through that phone and do like the data people, y'all know, I don't know what they call, and they just, work through that phone, then they'll turn it over to the sheriff's department. I know that's right. Okay, I wouldn't have trusted them because he said a lot of times they get access to the phones first, and then it's a long time, weeks and stuff, before the family gets it. Okay, so I'm glad that they got the phone first. Hey, Jacqueline, welcome everyone coming in. Hey, C-Note, where did the autopsy say? I must have missed that part. Oh, Monica, he said that unfortunately there were flight delays, and so Nolan's body did not make it there in time for them to have the results right now. But he said as soon as they get the results, then they're going to share that with everyone. So I was looking forward to hearing that as well. So hopefully we'll hear something. I don't know if they do that kind of thing over the weekend, but maybe by Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. He didn't really give a date. I don't know what happened with the flights to New York. These YT folks are terrified of their kid. Girl, yes, but that's not the motivation. Their entitlement to everything is their driving force. The judge and others chatted to get their stories together. I believe that too. They could have dumped him on another day. That's true. Bonnie said the 2 autopsies are not even completed, and the sheriff says no foul play. Yeah, he said that before we even had a thorough investigation or the autopsy reports, the toxicology reports. He wanted to already try to call that. No, sir. Pump the brakes. Okay, we need to make sure everything, even the witnesses, because obviously it's more people around. Y'all still need to go see if there's any camera footage out there that you can look into at the ports, the little docking stations and all of that. Do the work. Okay, if you really care like that and want integrity and transparency and so forth, then do the work. Let's see here. The autopsy report hasn't. Yeah, it really hasn't. Obi, I heard his black best friend saw Nolan on the beach and told Nolan he didn't get a good vibe about him being with, I don't know. Now, I did hear that another one of his friends, the other guy on that picture I showed y'all the other day, he said he had texted Nolan and told him to be safe out there. So, I don't know. I don't know if they knew something about these guys or what. Hi, Houston Kids. Party Rentals is in the building. We are waiting on results from both autopsies. Yes, exactly. And my thing is, y'all already did y'all's in Mississippi. How come look, I'm about to say Ken Paxton, child. How come Ben Crump, his people can get it faster? So I'm not understanding that. Like, y'all should be able to tell something based off of the results that y'all already have. Seems like the girl was telling the father he was lying about his car keys. Seems like Nolan was loved by his friends. Katie might not be just some random girl, which may be why one of the guys got jealous. That's what we're saying. Like, is that a possibility? Okay, let's continue.
I think we stayed there for like an hour and a half. That's when Jackson County and the sheriff department showed up, and they were gonna do their rounds. And I had a classmate of mine, him and his two boys, they came out and they searched, and then they got back in touch with me and said the Coast Guard had finally showed up in airplane. So the
What is so critical, what Elmore is saying is they went out on Sunday and the tide, if it brought his body up, he went missing on July 4th, as they say. His body should have been there on July 5th. Why would it not appear to July 6th? And that's one of those things that's just not adding up. And the fact that if he stayed behind on the island, there were boats there. There were people. Somebody had to see something. That's why it's not adding up. And that's what they're saying. It's just not adding up.
yes,
And if he was there 2 days, somebody on the island would be able to verify that. 2 days and nobody's come forward and said, no, he was with us, or no, we saw him. It just does not make sense. Make it make sense. Just one last thing. We want her to talk about the cell phone deleted messages. I'm sorry. I thought my voice was loud enough. One last thing. We want to have Christine talk about the cell phone from her perspective before they tell you who Nolan was, and then we'll take your questions.
So when we made it home, my sister and I actually went through Nolan's cell phone, particularly Snapchat, because that is so popular with the children. And when we opened it up, there was nothing. There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day. And we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even come up to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Hey, Ma, come on, take a picture of me. You know, like that was Nolan. So that's why we feel that things may have been deleted, was because of the fact that there was nothing in either one of his accounts. But I do want to say this. I would hope that any parent who, God forbid, would be in our situation, I would hope that you would do the same thing. I would hope that you would ask for any help, receive any help to get answers, because at the end of the day, that's all we want. We just want to know. We just want to know what happened and why our baby didn't come home. Like that's our biggest thing. And we are so grateful to everyone, family, friends, classmates, United Cajun Navy, everybody that's assisted us. We appreciate you. There's not enough thank yous that we could say or give to you, but I just, we just want to know. We want an honest, thorough investigation. That's all we're asking for. That's it.
Do you want to say about who Nolan was, and then you talk about your
Nolan Nolan is a person with a big heart. He's loved by not just his family, but the community. Um, he's a born people person. He really developed a bond with his baby brother because both of them play the same position. So he was really understanding the business side of the sport, which is football, and understand that it's not just a game.
And let me just say this right quick before he continues. I don't know if the mom can look inside of like the trash section of the phone to see if anything went there that they may have forgotten to empty. Also, I know we've said over the course of the past lives that they can always request records. So I'm pretty sure they probably know that part. So that was an obvious thing, y'all, when they had deleted certain things because my thing is this: what was on those snaps? I think that it was them in those final moments, them fooling around, playing around, and whatever, and they didn't want proof that, oh, he was with us last. So if the girl was in there with him, did they do some snaps? Like, what were the other people seeing too? Like, if there were snaps, were the friends seeing the snaps of what was taking place? Why delete his snaps? Then where are the missing text messages? Okay, what did they say? So all of that is a red flag. That's where they messed up as well. If you had just given the phone and nothing was missing, they probably would not have thought something, okay, or just voluntarily gave it. Then when you lied about the keys, that's another red flag to them. That's why they are continuing to have this investigation and having to bring in these people because they already peeped the play. Okay. I'm wondering, is he his stepdad since they have different last names? I don't know. That's a good question, Monica. Why was he yelling, "Give me my effing phone"? Yes, I don't know. I don't know.
Playing. So the stuff that I was telling him, it was kind of starting to sink into him, and he was really getting more in depth into it. And I could see as he did that, his baby brother really started getting more into it as well, as far as being more focused, because he saw, well, if my big brother is about to go do this great thing, then I want to do this great thing, but I want to do it better. That's why that's what made them so like vinegar and oil. They it was like they was always at each other, but they were the same. When I look at my youngest, I'll say Nolan, or when I look at Nolan, I'll say my youngest name. So they would train together. I would always say, "Hey, you did some push-ups. You the one ran some routes." And they
Right,
know when I say that.
Deepa?
Next day, they're out there running routes. Even my other son, he'll go out there. He doesn't play their position, but he will go out there and work and exercise and work out because they were understanding what I was talking about. They were growing. They were becoming men. So this was his time. He would always talk to me. I would always give him my advice about stuff. I always try to tell him what to look for. And I was always telling him, I said, "Son, I'm giving you this advice and I'm telling you this stuff, but you're gonna have to experience this. But when you experience it, it won't be foreign to you. You'll have some kind of idea of how to navigate through it." And I think me and his mother, I think we did a great job with that. That's why it's so hard for me to believe that he would choose to stay on the island. It just wasn't in his character. It
Yes,
wasn't his character. So Nolan is the funniest kid in our family. Speaking of the time she was talking about, yeah, we were having a kind of heated moment, and I don't know if you guys remember the little dance called Stanky Leg. I think my son created it because we were sitting in that closet looking and just like talking. He literally came to the closet door like and peeked around and stood in front of him and just started doing this little crazy dance. And I was like, we just bust out like whatever we was arguing about, we stopped laughing. Then we called him to us and we just hugged and laughed and played. But then Maybe what 6 months later, the song is a hit. But we always said he created the stinky leg dance. But that's my greatest memory of my
What are you
son.
telling your other children about this?
Um, my son Ethan, he's hurting. These are the ones these are the younger ones. Um,
Oh, wow. Okay, Angel, if you see that, please report it because his mother said the only one that they have approved, her name is on it now. It used to be another lady's name, but under the advice, the legal advice that they've gotten, their lawyers told them to put that into her name, the mom's name. So she said you should see her name. If it's someone else, y'all, she said report it. It's not their GoFundMe. And it's so sad that people are making money off of Nolan's name and they are not a part of the family or have been given permission to do that. Yeah. So that's probably a fake one. Yeah, they really do. Right, Verb. This makes me angry, sad, upsetting. This is so sad. It brings tears to my eyes. It really does. And they're only asking for the truth to know what happened to their son. Okay. And it's so sad that people are already lying. That's the part that makes you mad. You have to go through grief on top of trying to get justice. Okay. So that's a difficult layer there, as it is to grieve. And then to add you up here trying to calm people down so they can give your son stuff and all of that. Like that's unnecessary. Okay. It seems to have raised their kids well. Yes, I agree, Verb. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always gonna be scammers. Unfortunately, it's so sad.
he's like, Dad, I don't know what I'm do, and I'm like, son, you got to keep going, because he would want you to be better. His youngest brother Elmore, the one that really worked out with him, he was like, I'm hurting, Dad, but I said, Nola wants you to be the best he can be. He would want you to outdo him, and whenever you feel like you're in a bind or having some kind of problem, call on your brother, talk to your brother. My twins, they the loss of a younger sibling is hurting them. They have to figure out how to navigate through life without them. And my daughter Carly, with her being away, it's really hard for her because she's not around family now. So she's out on her own, doing life and doing what life does, but she's doing it on her own. So she has to do this by herself. We're here, by phone, but we're not there in person. So she really has to draw on the people that surround her when she's not home. So all together, my family, this is gonna be our new norm. He was the jester in my court, and yeah, he will be missed greatly, not by us, but by the whole community.
We will announce the funeral services when it is finalized, and we'll be going to help with I will officiate at the funeral in Mississippi. Again, we'll take your questions, but identify who you are, and please be respectful. The families in mourning, but because they want justice for their son, they came to New York to make this appeal. But let's not make this a circus.
Okay, so what I'm going
Yes.
to do, I'm gonna pause it there, and let me drop the link for those of you who want to watch it in its entirety because they just pretty much had a question and answer section there at the end because I want us to get into y'all this panel interview that took place on TikTok. I need the detectives to get out the notebooks, okay? Get out your pens, cause child, we got some things to write down. Okay, we piecing together some of these puzzle pieces and connecting some dots on tonight. I wanted to let y'all hear what the parents are saying because this panel interview on TikTok took place a day before. Okay, so it's not like she copied what the parents were saying. She didn't know what the parents were going to say. Okay, let me put full press conference. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Everyone coming on in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Even if you're in the bushes, you can double tap that screen or hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hype up the video. Hey, Lena, welcome. Thank you for tapping in. Nature's Finest, thank you for joining. She said, are these both Nolan's biological parents? Notice his last name is different. Just asking. I don't know, y'all, but my assumption is that, maybe that's her maiden name and maybe he has another father, but I don't want to put that out there because I don't know. But I did notice the last names, and maybe she got married and they have kids but have joined together. You could tell he has taken him on and removed that step out of the way if he is, and he's his father regardless. So I did notice it though, but thank you for that comment. Let's see. Okay, the mom said they had only been friends since high school, but the rumor had said since elementary, trying to make it seem like they have a long history. Exactly. Yes. And I'm glad that she specified that. Now, he may have been friends with some other people, okay, since elementary, but not these boys. Not these boys. Okay. All right. Let's get into this next video. Now, this young lady, Alexis, was on a TikTok panel, y'all, okay? And child landed all out some things that I didn't know. Now, I haven't heard the whole thing, so some of this is new to me as well, okay? Let's get into it.
I just wanted to come up here and say that Nolan was my friend, and that all these like stories going around, like even from like our point of view, because we're getting it different than what the public is seeing because we're at the behind the scenes. But they definitely did something to him, and they're all trying to change the story. Everybody that was near that boat is trying to defend all their other friends, and every time you talk to a different person, the story is changing.
Wow. Can you tell that to the guy that just left off this panel? What was his name?
He gone. I don't remember.
Yeah, I bet he is.
So Alexis, Cindy is saying be careful. But is there anything that you can tell us in detail, like that you feel safe saying? I don't want you to say anything that you can't say or don't feel safe saying.
Possible.
Like, what do you want to know?
So what exactly happened from you guys' side?
From our side, there was an altercation with a different boat, which had other kids on it, black kids. And there was an altercation. There was a fight. Something happened. And they went back to their respective boats or whatever. And when his best friend was on the other boat, so when he went to go like check up on Nolan and everything after the fight, Nolan's boat was gone, but they had stayed for a couple more hours.
Okay, I'm gonna pause there for a second. Now, remember I told y'all a couple of days ago that the friend, I think it's Javon, said that they went down here together to Horns Island. However, when they were porting the boat that he was on, so she's referring to it as the one with the black kids, okay, because Javon is black. So he did say in the article that I was reading that the boat he was on was too full, and that Nolan had to ride down to Horns Island on another boat. Okay, so I'm just trying to kind of guide some of the things she's saying, because I'm like, wow, that makes sense on what she's saying. Now, once they got there, it seems as though that other boat, there was some type of altercation. I don't know who all was involved, but she said everyone went back to their respective boats. And remember, I was wondering when, I think his name is Javon, it starts with the J, when he said he got there, Nolan told him, I love you. And I was like, that statement is like out of nowhere. Like, why would he tell him he loved him? You know, not to say he didn't love him, but it was just like random, right? So I said, well, once they got there, they didn't hang out together. You know, if y'all came together, like, why didn't they hang out? But it looks like Nolan was hanging out with these other boys. Now, he said that he saw Nolan last, I think, about 4:00. But also she's saying that their boat had taken off. So he didn't know where Nolan had gone. Let's see. What happened with Phenomenal Scorpio? I missed something, y'all. She said, I lost my dad, mother, and both my siblings within 6 years, and I haven't been the same since. I am so sorry to hear that. Prayers go out to you, sis. I know that is difficult, especially when it's back to back like that. My heart goes out to you. Let's see here. I believe this was planned by the 3YT boys. Yeah, what was the motive? We're still waiting to hear what that motive could have been. Let's continue.
And so when they got back to land, they had his phone. So Nolan didn't even have his phone. The phone was at one of the boys' houses, and they didn't want to give it to his parents, and they had to send somebody to go get the phone from his house. That's why, like, when we checked his location, everybody was like thinking that it wasn't serious because we saw his location and said he was in Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Okay, so fill in the gap. Remember, his mom just said her friend went to the house of one of the boys and got the phone from the mom. Also, his mom posted on Facebook that the friends thought that he was at home. Now she's saying, oh, all of the friends were thinking he was good. It wasn't that serious because it was showing his Snapchat location was that he was in Ocean Springs.
Like at his house. But they wouldn't give his phone back to his parents, and they were seen eating out the next day.
Wow.
And when somebody asked them, like, hey, why aren't you out looking for your friend? They said, y'all already think we did it.
Wow. So the next day, y'all, July 5th, while his parents are out there with the coach looking for Nolan, she's saying that those boys were out eating. Wait a minute. What? Y'all not out looking either? And then saying y'all already think we did it. See, they had caught wind that social media was onto them. The pictures had started circulating. Okay. So now they're like, oh, shoots, I think they may think we did it, or did what, though, is the question. People are just looking for him. They're just trying to get information. His family is trying to find out where he is. Now, what are you saying did it to? Did what? That would have been my question. But see, kids talk. Y'all have to know the word started spreading around too. How many people knew what had happened even at this point? She said maybe they were jealous. Once Nolan is gone, they could have get his spot on the team. I don't know. That came up too. Hey, Simone, welcome. Yeah, did y'all do it? What is the it? Okay, we need to know what is the it, because that part we still don't know.
What?
Exactly. And then also that night, they were seen at multiple parties when they got back from the island around like 7 o'clock. So they still continued to go out that night, knowing that Nolan wasn't with them and that nobody had seen him.
So what pisses me off the most is they did allegedly whatever they did, but on top of that, they didn't even care. You're partying.
Sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm definitely sorry that you guys.
That being said, kids do stupid stuff all the time.
That's not stupid. They just didn't care.
Somebody being unalive is something stupid. Is you for real? What is y'all talking about in these comments today? Listen, what you just said was stupid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So, sorry, Alexis, quickly, you said there was the altercation that happened on the boat was with other black kids. There were other black people on the island.
There obviously, yes, but they rode on separate boats. There was supposed to be other black people on the boat with Nolan, but they got told last minute that they couldn't go because there wasn't like enough space. But the story that they keep trying to push out to everybody is that the boat was sinking and taking on water, and they were telling Nolan that he needed to get on the boat, but Nolan wanted to stay back with a girl that he never met, which he wouldn't have done, because if that was like, we're all from the same surrounding areas, she goes to Moss Point, which is like 20 minutes away. Why could you not hang out on land when you got back?
If the boat that you came in was sinking and you knew that.
And so that was like the crazy thing is that they're talking about, oh, the boat was sinking. And he didn't want to get on the boat and the boat had to get towed back. But if that was the case and he said he wanted to stay there, why did you take his phone back and not leave him on an island without a way to get home?
Right.
So, Alexis, I do want to ask you this.
That makes sense, y'all, because that's what the judge put out. The stepmother, Ashley Cole. Well, she said that her stepson told her that the bilge pump on the boat, which is in the lower part of the boat that kind of pushes water out, had malfunctioned. And they had, I guess, shared that with Nolan. And he was like, oh, that's okay. I'll stay and get a ride back with someone else. Like, huh? Like, that doesn't make sense. Hi, spiritual gangster. She said, why would the young man say, I love Nolan, past tense? And then they said, y'all think we did it. Did what? Exactly. Exactly. That's true. Well, he said he was telling him once they got to Horn Island that he loved him. So I don't know, like, what made him say that to his friend, because that's a bit odd, but you just never know, because y'all know sometimes before people leave this earth, like when you look at it in hindsight, you be like, man, I wonder, did they have an inkling that something was about to happen and just didn't know? Like his mom said that the last time she saw him, which was that day before on July 3rd, he had cooked her a meal. He had cooked for her salmon, I think. And so that was the last. And then she hugged him as he left and so forth. And so those are things that she'll forever remember, like that last meal that they had. And then he told the friend he loved him and all of that. So you just never know those moments. I look back with some of my loved ones, you know, I'm like, man, did they know? Because certain things had happened. These three boys were racist, pretending to like Nolan. Yeah, I think they pretended. And he probably did not catch on that they really don't like me like that. Some people just want to see the best in everyone. Okay, so that could have been the situation. So if the boat was sinking and taking on water, how did the boys get back? Exactly. They got back. Oh, we're gonna hurry up and get back, and hopefully it doesn't happen. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's crazy. That's a lot. They weren't letting any dots on that boat so they could tear the fur off their butts when things got shifty. Okay, that's what we need to see, that autopsy report. His friends knew what these little demons are capable of. Nolan and friends have sat at the table with these spawns, played on the field with them, but have faith that they're okay with reality is they are not like us. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, spiritual gangster. Hey, Deidre. All right, let's continue. Welcome everyone coming on in.
Bubba is asking in the chat, what was the fight about? Do you know what the fight was about?
Do not. I think it was like just people got heated. There was obviously drinking and stuff, and they were probably arguing about something and it just escalated more than it should have. But in the videos that you can see, obviously the fight was loud enough and big enough to cause all the other surrounding boats to pay attention, and that be the main focus of what everybody was seeing at the time.
And Alexis, I do want to ask you something else. How long were they friends?
They've been friends for a minute. I mean, these people have gone to school together since elementary school.
Yes, and I want to ask another question from the chat.
Not those boys. The mom said high school for those three boys.
I'm sorry. Dark Chocolate said, my thing is, why did the boat really have to get towed back, and was his BODY on it?
There is some speculation, like this is just like hearsay, that the boat was owned by this dude Wyatt, but when the boat got brought back, it was parked at Warren's house, which is his mom is the judge or whatever. And somebody said they drove by like later that night and like they were cleaning out the boat. Like it was like dark night, not like regular time when you would clean out a boat. It was like later at night. And then
did y'all hear that? So the boat belonged to Wyatt, one of the friends, Wyatt, but they took the boat over to Warren's house. His stepmom is the judge. and someone had passed through there and probably passed through there to see if they could find Nolan and saw them out there cleaning the boat. What are you cleaning the boat? Oh, wait. I got it. Y'all gonna say when this comes out, oh, that's when we were out there fixing the hull. We were fixing the bilge pump. Is that what you're gonna say? That's when you were gonna fix, because you already put it out in the statement that there was a problem with the boat. So instead of saying, oh, we were cleaning the boat, you're gonna say we were fixing the boat. That late at night though, okay, that's a red flag. Who does any of that to a boat late at night? And I hope that whoever saw that, I hope they got a picture of it. Okay. All the evidence, they trying to make sure the evidence is gone, child, because you out cleaning a whole boat. Yes, Monica. Is there actual proof it was towed? Well, I don't think it was towed, Wahil. I don't think it was towed. But because they had it moved to, why wouldn't you, if you had it towed and something was wrong, you would tow it to the home of the owner. Why would you tow it over to the home of one of your friends? And that's just so happened is the home of the judge who is online making posts, but everybody else has privated or deactivated their accounts. She's the only one out here making public statements, trying to control the narrative, okay? Trying to make sure she says certain things. Honey, we need to see the boat. Don't tell me it was magically repaired so soon. Exactly. I hope they did too, Monica. Okay. At night, who cleans the boat? That's what we want to know. Okay. They need to check for blood. They do. But see, this is why we need the autopsy report. Okay. We need the autopsy report to connect some more dots. Because, child, if it's any type of bruises, cuts, child, they were getting rid of evidence off of that boat. Okay. So once we get that autopsy report back, we'll be able to connect some more of these dots.
There was a girl on the boat that's not in any of the pictures, or wasn't the girl that he was talking to. And when she got back on land, she turned off like her Snap location, but her best friend still had her location on Find My iPhone. And she was at, all of them were at one house for like 4 hours.
Ooh.
That's suspicious.
Yeah. All right, we got a new potential suspect. Come on, detectives, write that down. There's a girl who was not in the pictures. Okay, we got a mystery woman going on. She tried to turn off her location, but the friend had hers on. They all hanging out somewhere 4 hours together. Is that where they were trying to get the story together? Trying to delete Nolan's pictures? Okay, before you turned in the evidence, they were somewhere for 4 hours. So there's a mystery person, not the person he was supposedly going to stay behind with, and not someone in pictures. She probably was trying to make sure that those pictures, if she was caught in any of them, that those pictures were deleted as well. Okay, that's probably someone that we ain't seen yet. Okay, she wanted to make sure that Nolan's parents didn't see her in any pictures, because they would be asking her, who are you? What is your part in this? Okay, so we got another person. Let's keep note of that.
What? Like what? First of all, like if you got back on the 4th of July, you came back, you're supposed to be having a good time still. There's like a little after party, you're still vibing. Why is everybody's Snapchats going off? Why is social media is getting deleted? Why are we acting so suspicious? Like, it's 4th of July. You just had fun on an island. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Like, stop it. Like, y'all up in these comments just sounding fucking slow as fuck.
Yes,
Come
and
on,
Alexis, I do want to ask you too as well. So you did already confirm that one of the parents was a judge. So thank you for that. Also, I wanted to ask you, can you confirm that all of their social media has been scrubbed? So is it scrubbed or is it deactivated?
Only 2 of them are deactivated, but a couple of them are just private now. But the mom judge, she did deactivate hers. So
Wow.
like only 2 of them
did, but she brought it back, y'all. She admitted that she did, but she's still been posting. I showed y'all yesterday the post that she made prior to this was last night, as a matter of fact, where she now wants to meet with let me see if I can pull it up right quick. She wants to meet with the family. Let me pull it up. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free. Dog, what did I save it under? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I may have to come back with that. Okay, here it is. Okay. So she has her page back. Now, this young lady, I don't know if she knew that. Let me move that right quick. She posted this last night. Once we got off live last night, when I did my rounds, y'all know I got checked for updates. She had posted, we have decided that we will not be speaking to the press at this time. The media is not the appropriate forum to further elaborate on the facts of July 4, 2026. We realize that the truth will not stop the cause for the death of our small children. We have not had the opportunity to speak to the Wells-Wansley family or their attorney. However, we are willing to directly communicate with attorney Ben Crump and the Wells-Wansley family. We will provide them with all the information known to us so their family can rest and properly mourn. We also want to know what happened to Nolan. We will do everything within our power to assist Nolan's family in their quest for answers. Okay? Like what? This was convenient because y'all could have said what had happened back on July 4th. So now, because it was the night before the press conference and they didn't know what all the family was going to say. See, the parents, they're smart. I love them. They're so smart. See, they were expecting the family to throw out, all of their cards. They put out just enough. Notice his mom never mentioned that lady. She didn't say, oh yeah, and the judge been out here posting XYZ, but it didn't happen like that. They were waiting to see. They said just enough. Okay. And so now, since you want to have so much conversation, then have the conversation. They shouldn't have to wait. Your lawyers should be contacting their lawyers as soon as possible. Y'all should have been doing that since the 4th, but now that we're here, then what's holding up the conversation now? They were just trying to hopefully this could do some damage control before they went on their press conference rounds. Okay. They knew that was coming today. They thought the autopsy was going to be back today. So she's like, no, we're cooperating. We're willing to talk to them, but y'all haven't. Okay. So she posted this last night. Let's continue.
Them are actually, so 3 of them, I guess, are deactivated, and then the rest of them are just private.
Alexis, I have a question. Based on what you know of the friends, can you shed light on their dynamic? Is Wyatt and Warren closer than, I don't know, the other guys? How does Nolan fit in the group? Is he at the bottom? Is he?
I don't know, like, their dynamic personally, but like they've all played sports together. Wyatt actually went to my school, so he didn't go to the same school as the other 3 kids that were in the picture. And actually, the picture that's circulating, Wyatt's not even in that picture.
Okay.
And
okay, y'all heard that. So the guy who owns the boat was not even in the picture. He was probably the one taking the picture. Okay. He's not in the picture, but was probably one of them taking the picture. So she said the only one he's mainly close to is the one who wears the black sunglasses on the picture that is going around.
But the person that was to the left of him with the long hair and the black glasses, that's probably who he was the closest with. But the other ones, like, they're just friends that have been together. Like, we've all been at people's parties. Everybody hosts different ones. So like we all know each other from each other.
So the blue glasses is who he really doesn't know. I'm looking at the picture now. The people.
No,
with
he
the blue
knows
glasses?
all of them, but if he was like to be closer to somebody, it would be the
Okay. So the one on the right, this is the one he mainly knew. Okay. Now Wyatt, the boat owner, his parents, they own the boat. He's not in this picture, but he was probably the one taking the picture. Okay. So I'm just wondering why he wasn't in the picture as well. They could have got somebody else to take that picture, but that, hey, that's neither here nor there. However, that he could have been in some of those other pictures. See, some of the things were deleted. Okay. So his mom would not be able to see who all he was with in his final moments. All right, let's continue.
somebody
Land or
somebody did get in a fight and that somebody got hit, but this was on land. It wasn't in the water.
okay, see, because I've heard and read certain things of, arguments, fighting, and, you never know exactly, but you being a source is nice to know that there was an actual physical altercation.
And is it my understanding that one of the young men is 21? Is it Warren or Wyatt, or are one of them of age?
I don't think so. We all graduated. They graduated a year under me.
Okay.
So I think Wyatt graduated with me. But he might have turned 21 this year. So I have no idea.
Okay.
But it would have been Warren that would have turned.
So Alexis, I do want to ask as well. So when there is partying going on, are rugs and alcohol the norm?
Drugs? No.
Don't say the word.
Oh. I would never be at a party with drugs.
Okay.
Alcohol.
I'm thinking about for them. For them, do you know?
Maybe if they did it secretly in a bathroom or something, but that was never like something that would be brought out publicly. But I definitely, like, as all these people have gone to college, that has become the new norm.
Okay.
But alcohol, definitely.
I have a question.
Yeah, we could see that.
Yes, go ahead, Kristen.
So the judge that you said,
LaShandra said, go back to the picture. Okay, what you trying to see, sis? So she said the one on the right with the black glasses, that's the one he's mainly close to. They all kind of generally know each other, but this is the one that he's close to on the right. Maritime law, I think you can drink at different ages once away from land. I didn't know that. They all go to school with each other, Lena, and know each other and all of that. The kids know what's going on, just like they did with Carmelo's situation, child. They always talking, texting, sending messages to the kids at the school. Everybody knew what was going on. They talk. They get the word around quickly. People know when there are fights, about to happen. These kids know. They get the word around. Best believe. They think they're outsmarting a lot of the adults. I still in the
Permission to do custody exchanges with her kid at a police. So I think Wyatt graduated with me. But he might have turned 21 this year. So I have no idea. Okay. But it would have been Warren that would have turned.
So Alexis, I do want to ask as well. So when there is partying going on, are rugs and alcohol the norm?
Drugs? No.
Don't say the word.
Oh. I would never be at a party with drugs.
Okay.
Alcohol.
I'm talking about
and
for them. For them, do you know?
maybe if they did it secretly in a bathroom or something, but that was never like something that would be brought out publicly. But I definitely, like, as all these people have gone to college, that has become the new norm.
Okay.
But alcohol, definitely.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Kristen.
So the judge that you said that she removed her social media said is this the same judge that the boat was at her house?
Yes.
This is also the same judge
that didn't grant access to the lady that got she asked for permission to do custody exchanges with her kid at a police station, and she said no, and then the baby daddy unalived her. And then also she's the same judge that told Aubrey Wyatt's mom, the 13-year-old that unalived herself, that she couldn't post on social media to speak her truth.
So Alexis, I want to ask you one question. And the phone was at this judge's house, right?
I'm not sure where it was, but it was on the boat, but they were not trying to give it to their parents.
Now, just to clarify, earlier his mom stated that the phone was at a different location than where the boat, or his car was, I should say. They didn't mention the boat. The parents didn't mention the boat part. But it was something else I was about to say that she had mentioned. Golly, I said that and then I was going to say something else. But okay, let's see. It is what it is. Said even if he accidentally fell off, something has them lying to cover up to this point. They feel liable for something. Exactly. It is what it is. Right. And we've seen the beer cans, in their hands. Kids, they can find ways to get alcohol, y'all, especially in college. Okay. And I think this is what I was going to say. If he had tryouts for that Monday, they know that they check their systems and things like that. Okay. So my opinion, I don't feel like he was doing no drugs. Now, we of course have to wait for the toxicology report and things like that. And then does his parents, do they know of any of that? So patterns, okay, when things are broken, patterns are broken, then you have to consider what's different in that particular moment in time. If it's never really like this, if he usually comes back when he goes with groups, what happened this time? Okay, if he usually does not do drugs, and then what happened this time if they actually found something? So these are things that break patterns, and you have to pay attention because sometimes it is a key to show that something foul was going on. Okay. Let's see. Yes, another sad day in the community, right? That was so sad. The judge is diabolical. Yes, she was doing all of that. We talked about one of those cases briefly this morning. I didn't even know about the other case where the lady got unalive. I didn't even know about that one. Okay. Hey, Shawana, welcome, sis. She said, come on now, maybe did it secretly in the bathroom, but when not publicly. Yes, they do. Right. She didn't want to come on out and say it and get them in trouble. Okay. So she said she doesn't, but maybe she's witnessed some people that get down like that. Okay. I wonder if his beard was spiked. Now that's something I thought about too. A Mama Magazine, was something put into something. Okay. I don't know. Oh, that was, I think, of the other friend. Now, she didn't say which friend. She said she got it from the friend's mom, though. Okay. But they said his keys were at a different location. Yes, where the car was parked. This is making me so angry. All these corrupt people in high places. Exactly. Sheila said, agree, OB. I don't think Nolan was, but them other three, yes. It's written all over their faces. And y'all made me think about something the dad said. When he went over there, he said that one of the young men that opened the door, he looked like he had been asleep, hair all over his head. He probably was, oh, y'all. Hey, Okay, put two and two together. Let's continue.
Because I'm asking because if they were scrubbing the boat, and I have to say allegedly,
Haven't
then
done
they
it
may
yet.
have scrubbed the phone too.
That's
But
also
they
what
can
I'm
do it.
thinking.
Okay, Jack's dad. Okay.
Because Sam told us that the body was moved. Can you confirm that?
I have no topics on that, but it's
Okay.
just very it doesn't make sense how his body was found in the first place that they looked.
Yes, and the reason why I'm asking that, because if his body was moved, they could have used his face to unlock it and then put him back.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, digital footprint is a bitch and
Yes.
it can be dug up.
And I think Snapchat is going to take it all down because that's where
Yeah,
all the evidence is.
Yeah, his brother right now is literally harassing people and texting them and trying to set the story straight. Some of I don't know his name, but the last name Seymour, his mom is texting people trying to tell the story. But each time they tell the story, it's different from each person.
I'm sorry. I got a question because you said that they was going around and they were saying that the boat was sinking. So if that's going along with the dialogue and that's how he drowned in GTA, wouldn't the boat have been deep in the water just as he was drowning? Like how? I'm confused.
That's what we're trying to figure out. They said that the boat was sinking and that they had to get it towed back, but how would it end up back at his house?
But what I'm saying is, like, was it all? Because I'm thinking like the boat would have been deep in the water since he's drowned in GTA. That doesn't make sense.
No, I think the way it works is like when a boat, it sometimes collects water when it's out for too long, if there's like a small hole, or if the waves are the current is coming up too high and splashing water into the boat, it'll collect water and kind of like weigh the boat down. So in that case, you've got to take it out of that area to a place where the current is less high so that it doesn't actually sink. So the boat wasn't necessarily sinking. It was just collecting water from what I know.
All right. And
Dark
they decided,
Chocolate is thinking like me. She said, I believe Nolan was on the boat. The boat never sank. This was a cover up. I definitely agree with that.
That's what I'm getting to because
that's what I also think because his best friend was on the other boat that had like the altercation or whatever, and when the fight and everything happened, they went to their separate boats.
Like devastating.
They went to their separate boats, and when his best friend said he went back to like go check on him and see how he was doing, their boat was gone and they had stayed for a couple more hours. So if you were like you wanted to stay back with this girl or whatever, and you didn't have a ride back, wouldn't you have asked your best friend to ride back with him? And he never saw him the rest of the night. And also,
that's something we didn't know either. Well, I didn't know, is that the black friend, Jay, he was still there. He said he went to check on him. Now, I don't know what was wrong. Was that after an argument, altercation, for him to just, I guess, randomly check on him? I don't know. But he said when he went to check on him, that boat was gone. So if Nolan is telling the ones who left, okay, the boys, that he would just stay behind, that makes sense. He would have gotten with his best friend and got on a boat with his best friend to go back. Come on now. See how the dots are being connected? Because that would have made sense. They stayed longer. Ooh, wow. Streets are talking, saying 3 boys watched their mother's boat down that night. Yes, we got to that part. Yes, Red B. They were out there cleaning the boat at nighttime. Okay, Mama Mac. Girl, wait a minute. It really is, Sheila, because it goes back to how they did Carmelo with that off the record agreement, how angry you get inside, the corruption, the cover up and so forth is giving those type of vibes. Okay, this is ridiculous.
The girl that they said was that he stayed back for was the boat literally directly next to them. So how did each side say that they thought they were staying with each other, but nobody saw him?
Yeah, it just doesn't add up at all.
Right.
None of it makes sense.
They didn't practice on their stories good enough.
They did so fucking slow. And I'm trying to understand this person telling us to wait for the fucking autopsy. Why? When we fucking know.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah, they definitely need to check the phones. But Alexis, I definitely want to thank you for sharing that information because you definitely didn't have to. I definitely appreciate it. And I can't say I'm sorry enough for you guys' loss. You guys shouldn't be going through this, but that's why we talk about topics like this, because we don't talk about it, it's going to get covered up.
Yes,
Right.
Chandra.
Alexis, another question. Are people like gathering in his name there? Are people like doing things, or is there any sort of like community outreach or stuff that's happening there for him?
I know we've done stuff as a friend group. There was a small protest at the lighthouse by I don't know who's that, but we're just waiting for like the final stuff so that we can all meet up. We're all going to church together on Sunday so that we can just honor him and all that other stuff. But we're waiting for like the big like funeral and everything to happen.
Yeah, I want to highlight Dark Chocolate really quickly. She's asking, do you know if the person that seen them outside at night went to the police?
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did because they're supposed to be getting polygraphed, but they all said no.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. So first point with the protesting and rallies and so forth, Nolan's mother did bring that up at the end of that press conference today. She said she is aware some people have gotten together and done protests and all of that. However, she said she would like for everything to remain peaceful. Okay. So anyone that's doing rallies and protesting, because that's the type of person Nolan was, they don't want anyone being violent or, stuff like that. And that's understandable. Now, she just said they were all supposed to get polygraph tests and they all said no. Okay, that's another red flag. You already know, child. They probably feel like they cannot pass a polygraph test. Okay. Wow. All of them said no. I hope he did, but I'm sure the judge has connections with the police officers. That's what I'm saying. See, this is where all of this gets blurry. Okay, with all of these different connections between judges and sheriffs and all of that, it gets a little blurry right here. Now, if that person did go and tell, that's some good information. Okay, to tell them, look, now at this time they are out here cleaning a boat. That's suspicious. Okay, and then now they don't want polygraph tests. Child, it still bothers me that they wouldn't let them identify him. Why? What was wrong with his face? They could have also done DNA. And I thought they were doing DNA. To be honest, I thought they said that's what they were waiting to do was DNA testing. But they did dental records. They used dental records. So I don't know what happened with that. Why his parents could not see his body. I know they were preparing him for the autopsy. Now, I don't know if it was just too hard for her at the time when it was fresh to see him like that. I don't know. But that's a good point. It is what it is. I thought about that too.
Of course.
And then before they even as soon as they were getting taken in to get questioned, they all had lawyers.
So you can confirm that too.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you back about this judge. I know you gave us a little bit of insight. Is she known around you guys' city and town as being dirty?
I don't know her. I just know of the three. Well, this would be the third instant that she has messed up for the Black community. But I know her kid, and he loves to say the N-word.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
There it is.
so man.
Jeez.
Wait, what? She said she knows knows her kid, and he loves to say the N-word. Child, the audacity, and you want to hang with Nolan and say, "Oh, he's my brother." Child, stop, y'all. Lena just asked a question. Was it Lena? Let me see who asked the question. Yes, Lena just asked the question. How long has she been a judge? She has been a judge for about 3.5 years, child. Oh my gosh. That is not that long when you think about a job. It's like she just got on the job. And you about to lose your job. Hey, you about to lose your job. Girl, you out here. Here's the timeline. They say November 2022, she was elected as a judge of Mississippi's 16th Chancery Court District, defeating the incumbent judge, Tanya Hasbrook. Then, January 3rd, 2023, she was officially sworn in and took office as Chancery Judge during Jackson County's judicial investiture. I don't know what that is, ceremony. Then, July 2026, she has served on the bench for approximately 3 years and 6 months. So she hears cases like divorce, child custody and visitation, child support, adoptions, guardianships, probate and estates, will and trust, property and land disputes, and juvenile matters in certain circumstances. Uh-oh. She does not preside over felony criminal trials such as murder, which are handled in Mississippi Circuit Court. Whoa. Okay. Has any of them been questioned by police? Yes. So the judge race is just they think it's okay. Okay, probably I'll say it in the household, child. The 3 boys refused to take that lie detector test, right? Hey, Q. She said that this was the judge's 3rd time messing up for the community. Yes. And we talked about one of those cases briefly on this morning's live. I want to get deeper into that because I didn't know about the other situation. Yeah, she has a pattern. Yeah, 3 years. She's been 3.5 years. She said, well, now it's our job to make sure she loses her job as a judge. Child, the judge instructed them to say, no, you don't have to take a polygraph. And they unequivocally no, doing so would prove they were lying. And racism, dependent upon questions, they can't have that. Oh, so you can't even show like racism during those polygraphs? Wow. Yeah, she probably does know a lot of higher ups. Oh my gosh.
I mean, wow.
Dad.
So I do want to ask you too, Alexis. Have you been to the police?
No. All this stuff that like I'm telling y'all is stuff that like we've talked about like as a whole of people that have already said it to them.
Okay. I do find it interesting too because if you were one of his friends, I'm curious as to why the police hasn't even reached out to you for anything, for any information.
Because I'm telling you the stuff that we've been told by people that have gone to talk to them already.
Okay. That makes sense. Does anybody else have any questions? I know the story is very is a lot, but Alexis has definitely given us a lot of information. Does anybody else have any question? Crypto Boy saying, why would they? She wasn't on the boat. Crypto, when things happen, people do talk. And yes, Bubba, it is hearsay.
Yeah, I guess the person who owns the boat would have all of the information, the driver of the boat. And obviously he's not going to say anything because he's lawyered up, which is really suspicious because if that was your friend, you'd want to just like say like, yo, this is what happened. Like, so it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's very sad. Very, very sad. My condolences though, Alexis. Sorry that happened to your friend, and I'm definitely following this story all the way to the end for sure. And hopefully everything over there is like, I don't even know.
To Raven. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's so many questions. I'm so confused.
Yes, and I know Alexis won't have all the answers. She can only go off of what she was told. But it's definitely a lot. It's definitely, in my eyes, enough for the judge to be investigated.
And definitely recused from any part of the process.
Right.
My biggest fear as a 51-year-old woman in California is that they will cover up, just like the Black Sleuth said. They're going to be two different, they're going to be two independent autopsies. They're going to be two different, outcomes. There are 9 of us in this chat. And if this case were to be prosecuted, it's not going to be amongst people like ourselves from different states, races, and ages they're going to all come to a conclusion that these young people will get off. And that's just what I believe.
So Candy Girl is saying, Alexis, be careful. Judges control a lot and can get off who they want to. So definitely be careful. Definitely just be careful. But I can't thank you enough just for the information, because we've been saying from the beginning it doesn't make sense at all. And just thank you for confirming some things and just feeling safe enough to do that. So definitely appreciate it.
You're welcome. It still doesn't even make sense to all of us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand, like, so if he was left with the friend, with the girl, what happened to her? Like, it's so
He was the
confusing.
first one to go to the police. She was the first one to like say everything. She was speaking up, all this other stuff. But she said she thought that Nolan was with the boys, and the boys said that they thought Nolan was with the girl. But how did neither of y'all say that when the boats were supposedly right next to each other?
Right.
Right. It is so confusing, but I don't know.
And then allegedly, I
Miss
heard that
Pretty, I want to say this too. It's not confusing. It just proves that they are lying.
I heard a story that the girl.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm asking these questions. It's like I'm not being biased. I'm trying to understand.
I will say too, and I just heard, I think it was Just Walking trying to say something. I just want to say something quick too. I'm curious to know if the water in his body, if it was before death or after, because they can determine that too.
If they look at the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, he didn't go by drowning.
Yes.
Can you repeat that again? What you say?
If they do the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, then that means that he didn't die by drowning. That means that he was dead before he was in the water.
That's true.
Alexis, you got all of us quiet.
For real though. I was saying, I saw a story that the girl said she contacted her family to come pick her up. She didn't get on the boat that she originally came on. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard that also?
Yeah, they said that Katie got home because she had family come get her.
Right. I wonder why.
Katie's mother said she got home.
Well, my thing is this. It's not like the people can just ride up to the island in a car. So whose boat did Katie get on? I'm still confused by that. Who did you ride back with? Okay, because if you're assuming the boys left and that Nolan was with them, how did you get back to the port? Okay, because you can't just drive up to the island. The only way you can get back is by boat. So whose boat was Katie on? Katie is still on my list. Okay, I'm sorry. She's on my list. These boys on the list, child, because I'm confused by her story. And then just because she's going first to tell something does not necessarily mean it's true. Okay, she could be just trying to get ahead of it and make sure her story is first. Okay, so it's not adding up. That part is still blurry to me. I don't understand. How did you get back to the port? And I'm telling y'all, if there are cameras out there in that parking lot or on that building, that little Ocean Springs Marine Mart, they need to pull the footage before it. See, this is where it's critical. Okay, the time is critical. We already see what happened in the Tyrone Davis case with the Country Inn and Suites footage. They said it starts recording over each other, which I don't know if that's the truth or a lie. But you don't want to get too far away from the day that it happened so they can go back in time on the camera and see the footage. We're wasting time. We're already a week out. Tomorrow will be 1 week. Okay. 4th of July, wasn't that last Saturday? Or no, when was it, y'all? Look, what day is it's July 10th, almost a week. Okay, we almost a week away. Yeah, tomorrow will be a week. So y'all need to get on it, investigators. See if there's any camera footage so you can see who actually got off of boats, who pulled up, who got into cars, what cars, all of that. Okay, this is very critical. You can't let too much time get away in the beginning. Like seriously, there and to be honest, when the mom was sharing her story of what happened on the morning interview, I feel like when she was talking to them and she was saying they went, her and the sheriff, they met up and she went over some notes. I feel like they didn't take it serious enough in the beginning. They should have been on it looking for him, but I feel like they didn't take it serious enough. Like they just thinking, oh, this kid is probably with one of his friends somewhere, not really taking it seriously. She said, I like the young lady who said there's no confusion. Right. They're lying. It really is that simple because as we know, the truth doesn't move like this. And that girl is the root cause. Exactly. And I'm wondering too, y'all, if she was the one on the phone to tell him where the keys were. Okay. I'm still thinking about that. Yeah, it was last Saturday. I had to think, what day are we? That's why I don't understand why they haven't took the boys in to question them since they were the last ones to see him. Well, according to the sheriffs, they have questioned some of the kids. I don't know which ones, but some of the boys have been questioned, and the judge said that they have been cooperating. They said Katie is allegedly cooperating with the officers. But hey, y'all, they're not telling us anything. We don't know. Okay, we don't know if all of this is true. We don't know what information they have thus far. I think they're trying to see how much information the parents are going to get on their own during their own investigation, okay, before they come out with some more lies. And I'm so glad that they are smart and they are not telling everything they know and showing all of their cards. Hey, Philly girl Jules, she said, listening from the bushes while I retwist these locks. Okay, come on, locks. Truth isn't confusing. Exactly. When it's the truth, you have a peace about it. Okay, think about that. It's going to resonate with peace. This here, we know God does not operate in a spirit of confusion. So clearly somebody lying.
Safely because her mother's brother and his
because her
wife
brothers
came-
had to come get her.
come and get her.
Right.
And that's why she was safe.
Safe from what though? I don't like that word. Safe.
Hold on. I got a question. So is they working on the autopsy now or
Yes, they said that the autopsy was getting done today, but also they're gonna get a private one because they just got the judge, or not the judge, they got the lawyer that did George Floyd and Breonna Taylor's case. So they're gonna get a second opinion by somebody that's not
Ben Crump,
in the
I
Yes,
state.
Ben
think.
Crump. Yeah.
By somebody that's not in the state of Mississippi that can be persuaded with money from people of higher authorities.
Yeah, I believe he's an activist attorney and an injury attorney.
Ooh, it is what it is, girl. I don't know where you heard that, but if that is true, girl, I'm gonna feel like fighting. I might have to make a trip to Mississippi. You know what that gives? That actually gives Kendrick Johnson vibes right there. Okay, remember they were trying to when his mom was looking for him Couldn't find him. Then here they come talking about he was trying to crawl into a mat to get a shoe. Now the damage done to his body, though, he was beat unrecognizable. His mother purposely put out the pictures so that she could show what they had done to her son. It was horrific. He didn't even look the same. Organs missing. Okay, so yeah, if that's the case, they probably did not want to say anything or let them see his body. If that would have been, some type of, oh Lord, I don't even want to talk about that. If that would have been the case, but that is what happened to Kendrick Johnson. It's horrible, and they're still trying to get justice for Kendrick. Okay, so sad. Ben Crumb said on the news conference that private autopsy would be back today. He did, but he also changed it today because he said it was something going on with the flights to New York. And after that, it kind of delayed the process. His body didn't get back in time for them to have the autopsy ready. Yes, Clara, I am. Thank you. God bless you. Welcome to the chat. Katie Brothers supposed to. Good old boy Southern racism. Child, this is crazy.
And they said, I don't like this one is definitely, I saw this one on Facebook, but they said the DMR released that he had bruises all over his body, and so did his grandfather.
Is that true?
But someone could argue that it was the undertow that, caused all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Undertow won't cause bruises like that.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
No, not like that. Undertow, the body will keep moving from place to place, and it won't. You don't have that type of bottom at Horn Island or in the Gulf of Mexico like that. That's real ragged where it will cause bruises like that, especially in 3 or 4 feet of water.
Thank you, Sam. That's why I keep saying I'm a woman from California. I don't know about these things, so thank you so much.
No, and that's good. And here's the thing: when they say the boat was filled, was taking on water. Listen, I am a boat owner myself, and we have what's called a bill.
If the water in his body.
Boys said that they thought Nolan was with the girl, but how did neither of y'all say that when the boats were supposedly right next to each other?
Right. It is so confusing, but I don't know. That's
and then allegedly, I heard that.
I want to say this too. It's not confusing. It just proves that they are lying.
I heard a story that the girl.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm asking these questions. It's like I'm not being biased. I'm trying to understand.
I will say too, and I just heard, I think it was just walking trying to say something. I just want to say something quick too.
Oh.
I'm curious to know if the water in his body, if it was before death or after, because they can determine that too.
If they look at the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, he didn't go by drowning.
Yes.
Can you repeat that again? What you say?
If they do the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, then that means that he didn't die by drowning. That means that he was dead before he was in the water.
Alexis, you got all of us quiet.
For real though. I was saying, I saw a story that the girl said she contacted her family to come pick her up. She didn't get on the boat that she originally came on. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard that also?
Yeah, they said that Katie got home because she had family come get her.
Right. I wonder why.
Katie's mother said she got home safely because her mother's brother and his
because her
wife
brothers had to come get her.
Come and get her.
Right.
And that's why she was safe.
Safe from what though? I don't like that word. Safe.
Hold on. I got a question. So is they working on the autopsy now or?
Yes, they said that the autopsy was getting done today, but also they're going to get a private one because they just got the they got the lawyer that did George Floyd and Breonna Taylor's case. So they're going to get a second opinion. by somebody that's not
Ben Crump,
in the
I
Yes,
state.
Ben
think.
Crump. Yeah.
By somebody that's not in the state of Mississippi that can be persuaded with money from people of higher authorities.
Yeah, I believe he's an activist attorney and an injury attorney.
Uh-huh. And they said, I don't like this one is definitely, I saw this one on Facebook, but they said the DMR released that he had bruises all over his body, and so did his grandfather.
Is that
But
true?
someone could argue that it was the undertow that, caused all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So won't cause bruises like that.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
No, not like that. Undertow, the body will keep moving from place to place, and it won't. You don't have that type of bottom at Horn Island or in the Gulf of Mexico like that. That's real ragged where it will cause bruises like that, especially in 3 or 4 feet of water.
Thank you, Sam. That's why I keep saying I'm a woman from California. I don't know about these things, so thank you so much.
No, and that's good. And here's the thing: when they saying the boat was filled, was taking on water. Listen, I am a boat owner myself, and we have what's called a bilge pump on every boat, right?
You're welcome, Monica.
And that's for when the boat starts to take on water, it comes on and pumps the water out. So many gallons per minute. So it's almost, unless you got a big hole or took on a big swell and the weather wasn't bad that day for that boat to take on that much water where it would have sunk the boat. And if it had sank the boat like that, when you're talking about a 20-minute ride, and where they lived was more than that, that boat would have sank if it was taking on that much water.
Exactly.
That bilge pump kept it from doing that. And that wasn't going to, taking on water wasn't going to cause it to break down. They're built for that. And the boat that I saw that was on the video, I know that boat had a nice bilge pump on it that pumps out plenty gallons of water, because that was over $100,000 boat. So they're lying.
And the undertow is not going to put you in the same exact spot where they first started looking.
No. He wasn't there when they were looking.
Yeah,
And
he was on the.
They brought him back.
They knew that.
Yeah, I can't even say anything. Because Alexis just came and proved everything we have been saying with every case.
Exactly. We don't need to wait for no autopsy. We don't need to let no who said that detective do their job, because they don't even fucking do it when they supposed to anyway.
Yeah, and I want to read some of you guys' comment. Dark Chocolate says Nolan was on the boat. That boat ain't motherfucking sink. I definitely agree. The Black Sleuth says Sam is putting us on boat game. Valencia said, did y'all just say they brought him back as in his body? Yes, that's what's being alleged. Yeah, Alexis, I definitely want you to be careful. Alexis, can you send me a DM with your are you over 18?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to yes. Do whatever you have to do to be safe. Queen said, who is responsible for doing the autopsy? Usually it's the medical examiner.
The medical examiner's office they take it to the medical examiner's office in Jackson, Mississippi, which is the state capital.
And Brandy said he was at a house, then moved to water. Yes, that's what Alexis is telling us.
There was also that just came out. His younger brother, the whose boat it was, he was talking to one of our friends and saying that he was saying that nobody knows what's going on, and all the stuff that they're saying on TikTok is just being spread by worthless blacks that are trying to be performative.
So for me, that proves for me that it is about race. Because why would you say that? All of this is about race.
No, we just
I don't
gonna wait
know.
for the
I don't like
autopsy.
to believe that it's about race, to be honest. Like, it seems very like crazy, obviously, but it's just wild that it's come to the fact that it's about race. Like, this could have happened, I guess. But I guess would this have happened to like, I don't know. Actually, it's just so weird. Like, you go out with your friends, one person doesn't return, and it's kind of, and nobody has something to say. It just makes it seem like it's about race, but really, like, I guess it could happen to any group of people, but like, why is race so prevalent? Okay, because I guess as Black people, we see it happen all the time to Black people, and there's no justice. So I guess it kind of just falls into that category.
So just walking, I just want to say too,
Yeah.
it's about race because it doesn't happen to any other race. You don't see cases like this with anybody else.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
And Valencia said, in the BLK community, we come as a unit, we leave as a unit. Most definitely.
Right. Especially in a place like that, like you're on a boat, on an island, on a holiday, like you're rolling with your crew. You're not like being like, okay, I'll see you. Like, no. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Again, Alexis, I'm so sorry. You guys shouldn't be having to deal with this. Alexis, can I ask you too? Are you be okay? I can't really tell by the photo.
Yes.
Okay, Alexa, yes, I really want you to be careful. I'm gonna send you a DM later.
Okay.
I don't want.
Okay, we're going to pause that there. Wow, shout out to Alexis though for sharing that information. Okay, because she actually helped piece together some parts. Now she said a lot of this is what has been shared by a lot of the kids, and some of them have already gone to the police and shared info. So I'm glad that she did share some of that info with us so far. Also, we have something coming down the chat. Shout out to Angel for the super chat and for being a sponsor for tonight's live. She said, thank you, Open Book, for your hard investigative work is appreciated. Thank you so much, sis. And also thank y'all as well. We put our minds together and we start thinking of certain things we can feed off of each other. Okay, come on now. Thank you so much. A touch of jealousy. Also, I can see that. She knows more than what she's saying. Stay woke. She said if they have not found water in him, he didn't die that way. Oh, she did. I think she was giving us a little heads up. Yes, we are definitely praying for you because it can be hard, y'all, when you've gone through deaths, maybe similar with your loved ones. These types of cases can trigger that. Okay. And so my heart goes out to you all, and keep, yourself protected as much as possible with your heart, your mind, your mental. Be sure to protect yourself. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, CapEx, welcome. Hey, Bonnie. They probably took him on the boat to the judge who told them what to do next with step-by-step instructions. They're racist and their racism must prevail. They hate us more than they love themselves. Wow, that's deep. Yes, I heard Katie say that too. She was safe after her brother came to get her, allegedly. Like that, what were they doing, y'all? Like, why are they saying they were safe? Okay, what, safe from what that day? Bonnie said, I know one thing, the organ donor vultures are hovering over Nolan, had prime healthy organs, and many people need organs to survive. If you got, okay, come on now. Child, we're praying that he keeps all of his organs, and oh Lord, nope, nothing going on like that. They need to make an example out of all involved in Nolan's case. Yes, okay. Now shout out to LaShandra. She's giving me the heads up on an interview. It's not a long one, 3 minutes from Nolan's friend, okay? The other guy that I was telling y'all about that he went to the island with, okay, the Black young man. So he did an interview with TMZ, and He says death was not a whole race thing. All right, let's see what they're talking about in this interview.
Javon, have you seen the video that's
And
been
it's
going
straight
around
good.
social media where people think that they're hearing an argument between people and they're wondering whether or not Nolan is one of the people in that argument? You just described that you had another friend, not Nolan, another friend who was in and got into a dispute. Is that video the other argument that you were talking about?
Yes.
So, but is that Nolan in the video?
I can't tell. It's too far away. But in that video, I feel like the voices are too clear. Like from the side, it's too clear for it to be that far away, for it to be Nolan arguing. And then also that altercation, it sounds just like my other friend that got into the altercation on the boat. And they were trying to, like, as he was in that altercation, I was calming him down. They were trying to get him out off the island. They were trying to get him back to land because he was just losing it. So
Describe that. That's kind of interesting. What was that about?
He was just very hostile.
Yeah,
like he was like really.
Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute.
I feel like the voices are too clear. Like from the side, it's too clear for it to be that far away, for it to be Nolan arguing. And then also that altercation, it sounds just like my other friend that got into the altercation on the boat. And they were trying to, like, as he was in that altercation, I was calming him down. They were trying to get him out off the island. They were trying to get him back to land because he was just losing it. So
describe that. That's kind of interesting.
Wow.
What was that about?
He was just very hostile. Like he was just like really like mad. Like they were just trying to, like, the parents on that boat were trying to get him out.
I'm curious if the police have. I know they say they're still investigating. Did any investigators ever speak to you about what you saw that day?
No, sir.
Really? Okay. Cops have not talked to you yet.
What?
No, sir.
That's odd.
I don't see why the cops would have to talk to me. I mean, obviously, like, you know, like I had said my plea, like, because whenever I had talked to the people at Sunheard, it was whenever, you know, the body was discovered and the autopsy people and all those people were there.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm surprised. Because
Wait a second. He back on my list. Well, I don't think I ever took him off my list, to be honest. Child, look, now. Look. Now, wait a minute. The cops haven't talked to you, but you out there talking to the Sun Herald people, the news people. They have, like, they do, like, the news articles, like newspaper or whatever. He's the one that said they came together. They went on different boats. Nolan had to go on another boat with someone else. He went with one boat, and it filled up too fast. So then Nolan got on the other boat. When they got there, Nolan told him he loved him. And I was like, that's a random statement. And his mother is the one that went to get the phone from the other mom for Nolan's mom. Okay? So the police didn't find a need to talk to him. Yes, sir, they need to talk to you. Okay? That's big information. Because a lot of people, I'm going to be honest, and yeah, we're not making it a racial thing. And this is one reason why I'm not, because he is on my list as well. Now, I'm not saying nobody's done anything. I'm just keeping track of all the people who were, like, around and so forth, right? It's not saying nobody's guilty or anything, but you were with him. That is valuable information. And there are no photos going around being made viral of this friend. Okay, it's the three boys on the boat, which rightfully so, but this is another piece to the puzzle of how he got there and was separated. And also, this friend knows more about the altercation, what was taking place there. Okay, you are a huge part. Sir, we need you to get to the police station, like T.I. says, expeditiously. Okay, you got a lot of info. Because I'm like, what? Then they're having to remove someone. The parents are trying to get somebody out of there because they so out of control. That's probably why people saying, oh, my brother came and get me. I'm safe now. Well, safe from what? What all was taking place on that island on July the 4th? Okay, it looks like it was multiple things going on here. Now, Stephanie says, safe from what? Girl, look, me and you think we thinking alike. It makes me feel like she screamed victim, like they so often do. She's going to end up proving to be a huge part of what went down. Yes, I believe she knows a lot as well. Yes. They are all trying to take themselves out of the equation. Candy Girl Pink, clock it. Everybody trying to remove themselves. Y'all leaving Nolan out here by himself. Like nobody wanted to be associated with him. Nobody was with him last. What is the problem? Okay. Birash, know your white neighbors on the real deal. No shade, no shame. Protect your children. Yes. I was thinking he might be what's FIB and sorry, sis, what's FIB? Y'all, I think it was about jealousy, girls' popularity, athletic stuff. They was mad hating. Yeah, that don't make no sense what he said. He talking too fast for me. Okay, hold up, slow it down. Like even Harvey had to say, wait. Wait a minute. You talking a little too fast. Now I want to know too, did Nolan's parents know that this was coming? I really am curious about that. Did they know that this interview was going to take place with this friend at TMZ? I'm just curious to know. Okay, let's continue and see what we can make out of this, child.
Because you knew Nolan well, and you knew that he was friends with these guys who were the last ones to be around him before his body was found. And I would think they would at least want to know, hey, just the things we're asking.
Right.
You know, did you ever hear of any of this stuff? It's odd to me.
Just to gather information.
Yeah, that the cops wouldn't have contacted you. Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, I'm completely fine with that. Like I said, I have nothing to hide. Like that's my boy, and I want him to find justice. Like that. Like this whole case thing. Like whatever. Like this whole situation. And none of this adds up to me. So like it's really hard. Like for like people to just like keep on saying things when like none of it adds up, honestly.
So one of the things that I'm sure Javon you've seen has been a big part of this story, people making the point that at least in the photos that we initially saw that Nolan was the only African American kid who was out there, at least on that boat.
Right, Monica.
Do you think, having been there on the island with this large group of people, that race plays a factor in whatever happened here?
Again, I don't want to answer that question. I wouldn't say like, yeah, I wouldn't want to answer that question. I mean, obviously we go to Ocean Springs, we're gonna have white friends. So like that's, I mean, I guess it's pretty normal down here, but
yeah, I mean, and I hear you. If that's, I
Yeah,
guess you're saying that it's normal, it's not out of place to be a black teen in that area and that you have white friends, right? That's
Yeah,
not uncommon is what you're saying.
I'm sure every black person has white friends somewhere, you know? So I wouldn't say that it's a whole race thing, but it's just like, obviously they're going to paint it as that because none of this adds up.
What in the world? Y'all, that wasn't a good move whatsoever. I don't know who okayed that. Shout out to Spec. Hi, Spec. Welcome. Thank you for becoming an open book member. You were already family, but now you are a member. Welcome, sis. Oh my goodness. You said, I don't trust the black friend. I don't trust the black friend either. What in the world? Then he looking off, can't keep his eyes in the camera. What is happening, y'all? What was that? Oh my God. She said, hi, OB in chat. Hi, welcome. Been on the replay game. Thank you so much for your support. TMZ gets the scoop first. See, I don't know if this was a scoop that we needed to hear. What just happened? It was like a whirlwind. LaShondra, it's your fault. Okay. It is what it is. Come on now. Okay. And then LaShondra said even the name Horns Island gives her a bad vibe. She said, my mouth's still open. I was like, wait a minute. It was like a whirlwind came through here. Like, what in the world? okayed that interview? Okay, he was, oh, y'all, that's not good. I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, that was not a good interview. I don't know if Nolan's parents know about the interview. Does being Crump know that he was going to do that? Or y'all, let's think this through. We got to just be real talk here for a second. Is it let's send the black friend out, not on being Crumpler's side, but some of the other friends, the other boys' side? Hey, you go and be the one to speak out. Let the black friend, maybe we can win them over if we send the black friend out to say, don't make this a racial thing. Okay? Was he put out front for a reason? Because, child, what was this? You giving us more questions. Okay, you gave us some more questions, more than answers, son. Okay, I don't think I would have okayed this. He needed a lawyer. I guess I'm just, let's see. He doesn't necessarily need a lawyer because, I'm not saying that he did anything, but like how am I trying to put this? Like, what was the purpose of this interview? And if it's to benefit or help Nolan, his family, I think I would have, and I don't know if he has or hasn't, but I think I would have spoken with his parents first before doing this. But at the same time, Q, I'm with you. Okay, because then we're going to start getting more red flags. Okay, then we got to start piecing together most stuff. Because now people know you on TMZ. The other boys haven't even been out here doing no interviews. But now, guess what? A target gonna move. Oops. Here's a guy that said he was with them and they were all out there fighting and things. Okay? I'm telling y'all. He said, don't make this a race thing. Watch. Just mark my words. The whole narrative is going to start shifting. Okay, I was watching that too on Mama Magazine. Okay, just pay attention. Hey, Christy, she said, "Well, little I saw the friend seem scared." Yes, I'm like, who made him do that? You know what I'm saying? Like the Sun Herald interview, y'all. I was even shocked that, remember I said, now who is this young man? He's out here talking to the Sun Herald and the family had not even done an interview or any press. Do y'all remember that? Let me pull up that picture. I was already kind of, after the other panel discussion, we kind of was like, man. But then LaShondra that came in here, she told me, go look at the friend interview. Girl, now I'm more confused. Okay. I'm like that. What in the world? Okay. Now, I don't know. The guy on the left in the orange, y'all, that is the one. Thank you, Spec. That is the one that said he had texted Nolan before he went there and had told Nolan to be safe. Okay, this is the friend on the left. The one who just did the interview is the one on the right. Now, these two here were two of the ones out there the day that they were searching for Nolan's body, and they found his body while they were there. And these guys spoke to the Sun Herald, which is a news outlet there. And I just was questioning, why are they talking to anybody right now? Because, you don't want to put too much stuff out there, right? And then people were like, some people return to the scene of the crime, trying to see how much the family know. Well, now you the first one doing an interview with TMZ, which is a huge national outlet. None of these other boys have been out here publicly talking. Do y'all find that odd? Like, I'm just saying, is it just me? Like, what in the world? Okay, she says, always one black when they use. Girl, Okay? He needs to be quiet. It's very telling. Mm-hmm. I wonder, did the YT boys tell him to do that? That's what I'm wondering. He got the do-rag on, keeping it 100. They all looking guilty. Yes, Zoe, the one on the right is supposedly the best friend. He's the one that was on the other boat. He said he didn't go into too much detail about that altercation because Harvey was trying to get it out of him. He was like, wait. Tell us how that, what is that? What was happening there? Yes. He went back to help search, Monica. This the one. Okay, y'all keep up now. I keep up. I'm trying to connect pieces. He was one of the ones out there helping with the search. Okay, so he was also the one that went with Nolan that day. He said that he got on a boat to get to the island and his boat filled up. That must have been the black boat. Now, I ain't just saying it to be a racial thing. I'm just saying how they was putting it. This must have been the one with all the black kids. Okay. So that boat filled up. Nolan allegedly got on the other boat. Then they all go out to the island. When they get out to the island, allegedly, Nolan tells the one on the right he loves him. And I said, wow, why did that come just out of the blue? Okay. It was just a random, I love you. What was happening? And then they get there. So I don't know if they just kind of mixed and mingled, whatever. He said that it was some altercation and, they trying to get the other guy off the island. I guess his behavior got so bad. And then also Alexis, she just said on the panel, this the friend that was still there. And when he went to check on Nolan, I don't know, check on him for what? That boat had already left. He said he stayed there about another hour or so, and Nolan never showed up. If Nolan had stayed back, like the other boys said, they would have seen that his friend was still there and could have gotten a ride back to the port with him. This the friend, the one on the right. Now, this guy here in the orange, I don't know what his whole interaction is with all of this. I don't know. I don't know if he was on the boat there. He didn't really say. All he said was he had sent Nolan a text message saying to be safe. Now, my thing is this. Are those messages still in Nolan's phone? Can his mother look through his phone and find that interaction? What was that whole conversation about? Okay, so that's something to think about as well. Did they play football with him? I don't know. Now, I was trying to find, y'all, I'm going to have to find it. I meant to go back and look for it yesterday. I was trying to find this friend's IG because he's the only one out of the friends, that we've been talking about that kept his page public. Okay. Oh, okay. I found it. Okay. Here we go. He kept his public. Now, let's take a look at this. This the one on the right. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the comment section. Okay, so this is his IG. He posted this 3 days ago. Okay, not Monday. Come on, y'all. We gotta look at everything. Okay. He didn't post it Monday when he was down there with the family. Come on, Philly girl, keep up with us. Put the twist down. Is that Philly girl? Who was that saying wait a minute. I just passed the comment. Philly girl, stop with the twist. Pull out your detective notebook. Wait, Tim said I was just going to say that about the search. Right. So he didn't post this when he was, TMZ does pay. Yeah, they do. Okay, they do. I didn't hear that, LaShondra, but hey, if that's the case, we got even more investigative work to do because we got to find out how would the bruising have allegedly gotten there. Okay, Yeah, they can get those text messages. Cap X, I'm not fooling with you. Right? It is what it is. That's what I want to know. His mom needs to go back through those text messages. Okay. Let's see here. Nolan Wells' friend Wyatt Hudson brother is doing the BNTN challenge on TikTok. He was doing the challenge on the beach in the water. He was on his back, I'm sorry, flopping. He have the video. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, the phone messages are probably deleted. Okay, thank you, Zoe. She said she hit the like button. Did you? Okay. Now, this friend stated this was 3 days ago, not the day they found his body, which was Monday. Okay. He says, oh boy, where do I even start? Nolan, you were truly a blessing in my life, man. From the day I met you since we were kids, we just clicked. You always took me under your wing and showed me what a true friendship and brotherhood should be. I'm missing you more than anything, man. You never failed to pick me up if I was feeling down. You always put a smile on my face or made me laugh. You were someone that everyone would want to be around because you were such a blessing. I'll cherish our memories forever. I'm extremely grateful to meet someone like you. Our friendship is irreplaceable. I love you so much, man. It hurts so bad knowing I won't be able to speak to you every day. But this isn't a goodbye. Oh, wait, this isn't a goodbye, brother. This is simply just see you later. I love you, man. Get your rest. I'll do anything to hear your laugh one last time, man. Okay, so this is a picture of them. Okay, looks like they're out and about. Okay, some more pictures with them together. Waterburger. So they may have played on the same team, or possibly not. I don't know. I'm not going to turn the sound on because it could be music. So it seems like they spent a lot of time together, have a lot of pictures together. Wow, yeah, they do go way back. Okay. So those are some of the pictures. Capix, you silly. Hope these black boys don't have anything to do with Nolan's demise. It's so many pieces to this. And that was one of my questions too. Yeah, they scrubbed their social media. Now this guy, he didn't. He left his up. He's right. Sound like Lulu. Oh, girl. Okay. Why say he did his plea though? I don't know. I don't know. At this point, our pets are our friends. Our pets. Right. I thought I was the only one thinking that because them blank look real crazy. Oh, Shelly be on it too. She be thinking certain stuff too. Yeah, yeah. They look like they have been friends for a minute, you know. Oh boy, y'all. This is all so confusing. It's a lot going on with this. It really is. So hopefully his mom will look at those messages to see if there were any messages from this other friend right here. Because and y'all think about this too. Now he was on TMZ saying that this not a race thing, right? I'm just curious to know, did these two guys have any connections to or know the other boys? You see what I'm saying? Like, did they know something about those other boys? I don't know. It's just something, it's two different parallels, but they all connected to Nolan, if that makes sense. He got on the boat with this one friend, was separated onto another boat. The other friend is saying he texted him before he went there. And then you got the interactions of the three boys that were on the boat, and really four. Because remember, the girl said one of the boys that owns the boat was not in the picture. He was probably taking the picture. So it's possible that it's multiple people involved. And let's not forget the girl that's not in none of the pictures, and that's not Katie, that we still don't know who that is. Okay. And then a group of them, she said, went to a place where they met for 4 hours. What were they doing in those 4 hours? This is a lot. They're going to have to start paying us for our detective. We got a big one here too, y'all. Okay, we got to figure this thing out. More pieces are going to come together. Right, Stephanie? Yup. You be knowing. Oh my God, it does add another perspective. Yup. Yeah, it does. Getting those lies together. Okay. Right. Y'all, this is crazy. I do think it's some jealousy mixed in there. And what makes me also think about the jealousy part is because of the opportunity that he had coming. Okay. We don't know what all he has shared about his life to some of these people that he perceived as being friends, but they were really not his friends. Okay. On both sides. I don't care which ones, the black friends, white friends, child. A lot of people don't want you to have certain things. They are jealous, so some of that could be in there too. We need to know a motive. What was the motive for this? Who all was involved? What is the full cover up? We know about the phone. They didn't want to give his keys. Oh, and his dad did say he was trying to go back and get his wallet. Okay. But the friend had closed the door. After he gave him the keys, he had closed the door. He wasn't trying to hear nothing else. I would have been like, where's the parents? Where are your parents? I need my son's wallet. So we don't even know if they took credit cards, his ID, driver's license, all of that stuff. Where is it? Okay. Lion King is his new name, maybe. Okay, girl, I told you. Okay, you did. Oh my gosh. Dude got to look at his eye on this picture. Yes. He looks different than the TMZ interview on the right. This is the day they went down there with the family. It was just giving Shanquella Robinson vibes. Okay, when they went back from Cabo, and they were hanging up under the mother for all of those days until the video went viral and they stopped coming. It's giving those type of vibes. Like, why are y'all down here? Thank y'all for y'all's help. But I don't know. Now we're seeing the TMZ interview and stuff. Nobody else has been out doing interviews. And it's on the day that his mom and dad have been doing, their press. And now here comes this interview. See, TMZ, y'all, I just caught the play. Y'all think y'all slick. See, y'all think y'all slick. TMZ, they see what I'm thinking, in my opinion. Okay. Y'all tell me what you think. Now, notice that Attorney Ben Crump and Reverend Al Sharpton. And I'm gonna, because Reverend Al Sharpton just kind of came into this today, right? But Attorney Ben Crumb been working with this family. Okay. Notice they have not gone to TMZ. They've been to the Don Lemons. They even went all the way to Harlem. Okay. They have not given TMZ an interview. Okay. They gone to what's his name? Michael Strahan. So TMZ trying to get some attention off of this Nolan case. Okay. He's trying to get a little attention. They're trying to get a little attention. So they like, oh, well, shoot, let's go through the friend. Let's get, because see, the friend already been out here talking to the Sun Herald. Okay. A lot of people been missing the friends. I'm telling you, I peeked it. When I was looking at that, I say, well, why ain't nobody talking about the other friend that was out there with him? I'm going to talk about it. You know, I hadn't seen nobody else really bringing up these guys and what they said to the Sun Herald. Now, TMZ done caught the play. Now they want some attention, okay? And then to do this on the same day that his parents have been doing their press conferences, okay? It's giving y'all jealous and trying to get some attention. Oh, yeah, they definitely are with Joe McCann. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm peeping their play. She said, yes, very different. Oh, this was the day they went on the search. So he looking like he really hurt, allegedly. I'm just, Monica, girl, okay. Think about it. Now, every 4th of July that comes and goes by, they will be feeling sad. I cannot imagine. Yes. Right, Stacy? This is crazy. It's giving Rose in Harlem by Tiana Taylor. Ooh. Yeah, he's working overtime, y'all. I don't know if he knew something, if he ran with any of these boys, but some of the moves are, I don't know. We'll have to just continue to peep the play. In TMZ, I'm peeping what y'all doing today. That's crazy. Wow. And then we didn't even, y'all couldn't even get no deeper answers than what y'all did. Like, this was a very rushed type of interview, and it left many people more confused, if anything. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see. Wow. But that was all that I had on today, y'all. I'm going to continue to look for updates. I want to give a shout out to Angel and Karen Michelle for being sponsors for today's live. And also, I believe Tim, because I can't see the jewels. So if you sent any jewels, shout out to you as well, because I can't see those. And then also welcome back Spec. Okay, as a member, she says she's already been a member. So thank you for renewing that. Let's see here. Monica said, right, a 3-minute interview. What was the purpose? Right. Thank you, Verb. Good night to you as well. Wow, y'all. So we will be back. I will continue to look into this. We will talk about some things pertaining to the Carmelo Anthony case as well tomorrow. It's some things I wanted to discuss with that. So I thank everyone for joining. Yeah, be safe out there and in these YouTube streets, y'all. Make sure you tap that like button. It is for free. CapX said we got some Hunger Games. Okay, cat and mouse. That's what it seems like. Everyone is a suspect. Come on, Red B. Everybody is a suspect at this time. Okay, we are letting up on none of them friends. Something not adding up. I'm telling y'all, we got it all written down. We are keeping notes of different things and peeping the plays, and we are connecting the dots. Okay. Thank you, Angel. Shout out to you, sis. Thank you, Karen Michelle. Good night, everyone. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Also, don't forget to hype up the video, subscribe, and hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Also, special shout out and thanks to my sis, Shelly Shells. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have our party time, as a celebration of reaching our goal yesterday. Shelly would be the host, but we are going to be streaming from her channel and my channel, so y'all can join in on the fun. Shelly, if you want to drop your link again for those that are now here, because I know some people weren't in here earlier, make sure y'all subscribe to my sis. She's going to be doing some different types of lives. Yes, she is a content creator. We're trying to get her out there more and more, okay? To come on live. She does good mental health checks. We talk about a variety of topics over there. And so make sure that y'all tap into Shelly Shell's channel. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Monica. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you, LaShondra. Yes, orange hearts for Nolan. Let's put that. Tomorrow, I'm going to announce it earlier in the day. Shelly, probably what, 7-ish, 8-ish. So, but I will put it on my community wall. That's her channel. I'm like, that's it. Didn't give no answers. Right, Tim? Okay. You too, Lena. You're welcome, sis. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, LaShondra. Thank y'all so much. My son wants to say goodbye to everyone.
Make sure you check out my my show that we're gonna create coming on September 3rd. Before that, it's gonna be short episodes, and if you want a plushie, the toy company can make one.
Okay, so my son one day wants to have his own plushie. We're finishing his book. I told him we got to get it done, okay, before his birthday. Okay, so shout out to Micah Man from the Mabry crew. And I'm so proud of my baby. And he is so creative. He keeps their channel going, sharing all type of shorts. I be on my own live. He's showing me stuff. Can I upload this? Can I upload this? I'm like, boy, I'm on my live. Look, hey, Shelly said, hey, nephew.
Hi, Shelly.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, have a great weekend. But if not, join us tomorrow. I'll be going live probably in the morning. Then we'll do our fun, relaxing, wind down type of live tomorrow evening. Thank y'all so much. Have a blessed night.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.